The Trump administration wants to open Alaska's offshore waters to oil drilling, and their proposal includes 21 lease areas around the state.
So Joe Allgood, he spoke to those opposed and in favor of the contentious topic. Joe, how much natural resource are we talking about here?
25 trillion barrels of oil. That's how much the Bureau of Ocean Energy Management, or BOEM, estimates is under the seafloor surrounding Alaska, along with 124 trillion cubic feet of gas. Of course, getting it out of the ground is the hard part. And while some are hoping to do just that, others want to leave it under the sea.
And so we're in the study phase. So while there may be 20-some lease sales proposed for the state of Alaska, it does not mean that those lease sales will stay in the final plan.
The earliest lease sales could begin in the Beaufort Sea in 2026, followed by the Cook Inlet in 2027. But environmental groups are pushing back hard, citing oil spill risks and climate concerns.
It's a very damaging process through every phase, from exploration to routine operations, to oil spills, to climate change. And we also don't need the oil.
In analysis done by BOEM, Alaska's Hope Basin scored highest on their environmental sensitivity scale. The Cook Inlet, home to endangered beluga whales, ranked third.
I mean, it's one of the most unique and sensitive and special parts of the globe.
Though in considering the environmental, logistical, and economic challenges, the proposal could change.
A 5-year program does not guarantee that those lease sales will happen. And there's no guarantee that if you have the lease sale that it's going to lead to drilling.
The Department of Interior is collecting public comments through January 23rd. The final proposal, expected fall 2026, could look very different from what's on the table right now.
When you get to the Arctic, you start to talk about a global commons. And, again, I think the United States efforts and what they pursue is important, not just for the U.S., but for the world.
So Joe, 25 trillion with a T, we're talking barrels of oil. It seems like a lot, but can you tell us about other energy production here in Alaska? How does that stack up?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's a massive number, and that's according to a 2021 study. To put it into context, the Trans-Alaska Pipeline, which has been pumping oil since 1977, just pumped their 19th trillion barrel in September. So over nearly 50 years, they've only done 19 trillion only, but there's 25 trillion under the sea, they say. So, yeah.
And the interesting thing is Alaska is the most environmentally sensitive area. What factored into this conclusion?
A lot of things. They took mostly studies of wildlife in the area, seabirds, fish, and mammals, that sort of thing, and also the risk presented there. A lot of people are worried about the risk of an oil spill. And of course, the state has seen those before with the Exxon Valdez spill in 1989.
All right, Joe Allgood reporting. Thank you very much, Joe.